from exploring and seeing the vast oceans on our planet. And now I'm into probably the greatest and most strenuous journey that I've ever undertaken. Partnering with my blind friend Chris and building a house. We've got a guy who's busy leading this build who can't tell a straight line from a skew line. This can't be a recipe for success, or can it?
So Riaan's taking on the role of foreman. Basically, he's going to be my eyes. I just want to get stuck in and prove that a blind man can do anything that a sighted person is able to.
I guess when we named this building Blind, we wanted to be honest about what we were going to do. But when you say it over and over, it gets scarier and scarier. We are going to be building blind. Proudly brought to you by Everite, home of Nutec, building solutions that you can trust.
I've known Riaan for almost 20 years now. I was actually with him at a party with a few guys having a few drinks when he said to us, "I'm going to get a bike and cycle around Africa." To which we all rolled around laughing and never thought any more of it. And here we sit now, and he is the adventurer that he is. We bought a plot of land here some years back, and we were looking to build on, and we just couldn't decide what to build on. And obviously there's quite a big cost involved. And then we found ourselves one day at the Homemakers Expo in Cape Town, and Home and Taste magazine had built this house in the convention centre to display some of their cookery classes and some interior decorations. We ended up buying the house from them. They dismantled it, and on the Monday morning we put it on the back of trucks and we took it out of the convention centre. And this was the first day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what we completed the first day. Once the frame's up, it's then cladded with an OSB, Oriental Strand board, which comes in different classes. So this one's a weatherproof board, and it's fixed to the outside of the frame. The whole house is then wrapped in a permeable weatherproof membrane. It's breathable, and then once it's wrapped with the membrane, it's then cladded with Nutec fibre cement boards. And these are a cement board which uses glass fibre, which makes it extremely strong, and I particularly like this type of building. This makes the whole of the walls very, very insulated, so it keeps it cool in summer, warm in winter. This house has got a really nice temperature all year round. These were the original stairs that were at the show, but this area was narrower, so we had to cut the stairs in half and make it with a landing. It's nice to sit here and have a sundowner in the afternoon. It's always very quiet and peaceful here. Get a bit of wind, but it's very, very peaceful. The membrane in the Nutec. It goes up very, very fast. So it obviously cuts down on labour and the time that you're waiting for a brick-built or traditionally built house to go up. They're very efficient, they're very strong, and they'll last years and years.
Like this is a hip roof, so we start with the main girder truss that do the hips. So from there we get our measurements, and then from there on we work. So and then from there on we get the centers and everything out, and then we do the spacing. From there we can do the spacing and everything according to coastal trusses layout. Opa's in charge of the roof. He's the main man on the roof. So he's working on the roofs about more than 40 years doing roofs. So he's the main man. Yes, my father, yes. He's now 71. Yeah. You know what Opa doing? He takes the plan. He goes to bed with the plan, and then he fell asleep with the plan in his hands with a set of glasses on, and they have to wake him and take the plan off. So everything is work. He sleep work, stand up work, see, and walk work. Everything is work.
I just thought about something. I thought I'd better tell you before it's a problem. I was just standing there and I looked at it and I was like, geez, I better check the thickness, the width of the frame around the sliding doors, because I didn't think that it can be as thin as the windows. The windows are 32 mil, and I just figured with sliding door you got two parts, so the frame's got to be nice and wide. And that's when I went into the container and I felt it, took my measuring stick, which is still in my pocket, held it against it, walked over to a wall, and I was like, no, that can't work. So there, I'm putting my thumb on it, okay? So there I've got the thickness of that. It's 32 mils. 32 mils, right? Perfect. That's what I made those bends up. I had them cut to the right size, the right shape and everything. These are freaking 90 mils. Obviously. These guys are freaking professionals. Why am I the one picking up all the time? No, man. I know that sounds so smug, but it's actually sad. Not smug. Okay. At least my baths are ordered.
Arriving here on site, you know, that the few times that I've been here before, it's been a case of the big sort of changes effectively with the walls. And once the walls were up, it was something to get used to. We got to understand the spaces. But really how the structure's starting to take proper shape now is that you start to see these trusses. And the trusses are really going to effectively enclose all these spaces. And I think once all these trusses are up, and I can't actually get over how fast they have been erected, but once that's completed, you know, the house effect in itself is going to have its shape, and after that it's going to start getting dressed up.
Hello, how's it going?
Still all right.
Nee, goed, ek's Riaan.
Never keep it up.
Are you Opa? Is that what they call you?
The guy called me Opa, but my name is Neville.
Neville, how's it?
Neville or Nick?
Neville, is this what you do? You put up roofs?
From approximately from 8 years.
8 years.
Now, from 8 years old up to nearly 72.
Are you 72?
1951, nearly 72.
Yes, like it. No, well done. You see. Yeah, so what is it going into? Into the polystyrene or into the...
Into that metal capping.
Oh, so the metal capping is what it secures to.
You see, those things are to actually keep that in the same spot.
Yes.
But the web actually holds everything together.
So please after go like this.
Yes.
And then this has been joined, this stump has been joined onto your boards.
Yes.
And then your capping is been joined
Onto this, and then you're going to... So it is going to go through the capping and into the timber.
Into the timber, yes.
Okay, great. That makes sense.
And the other problem is that your weight still from the top is still pressing. All your tiles and everything on top is just pressed.
Oh, that's also securing it, yeah. So
because the gravity is pulling automatically.
Of course, yeah.
Approximately 5 kg and square inch.
Yes, sir.
Gravity, the weight of gravity is approximately.
And Neville, when it all gets put together, then it also becomes one big superstructure, eh? And stronger.
Much longer.
Okay, good.
No, it's great to be back. I haven't been here in a while. Good to get out of Joburg. It's raining cats and dogs there, so nice progress. I've been watching it intently on obviously on the Webisodes that come out weekly. Chris, always full of stories. I go through the ups and downs with him on Facebook, and you know, today is on a high. I think you know, he had his doubts a couple of weeks ago, but the plan's coming together nicely. So yeah, he's certainly upbeat. Great to see Riaan. I haven't seen him in a while either. And yeah, no, it's all coming together.
We've been compacting a lot here on this project, but we finally got to the point where we're actually flattening our driveway out and building it up. And that feels real good. Real good. Yeah, it'd be great to have Riaan on site more, but right now he's the guy working behind the scenes, dealing with partnerships, talking to paint suppliers, paving companies, people that do solar gear, and it's important that that gets done, and it's really good that I'm not having to do it. Having him and his team handling that, it's massive. It's so important. It really, I appreciate it very much. I'm so excited to see what they do manage to bring forward, because we're at the summit. We're at the point now where the last bits have to be put in place. So exciting times.